For my photography, I'm often looking for comfortable, reliable lighting equipment, and I found something cool that I'm not seeing reviews for very often. Hi, I'm Mara. Welcome to my art photography channel. Today I'll share my experience with a few photography flashlights and hopefully will help you to decide which one might be perfect for your craft. Stay till the end and you will find some useful insights. I have flashlights from 3 different brands, at least those are described like a photo flashlight, so let's trust the description and test them out. This video is not sponsored by anyone, just so you know. I bought all the items and I feel like I have the right to share my honest opinion. Even if they were a gift, I would still share my honest opinion, I think. Anyway, everything you'll hear based on my personal preferences and tastes. And now let's get started. Why do you use flashlights when there's so many cool lights out there? I mostly shoot outside or in weird spaces. So the faster is the setup, the more time I have to shoot. Since I rent the spaces using my own funds, I really want to focus on art process. So the more time I have, the more variety and a story I can provide. Also, the beginning of the photo shoot, model and team needs a bit time to warm up, and combine it with the setup time, you're already an hour behind easily. That's why having something in my pocket that I can light up the scene from anywhere without losing any time is essential. Plus, flashlights can create this dramatic spotlight effect, which is very theatrical, and it's very much my style. I've been looking for something like this for a while and finally found some good options that I can recommend or at least tell you about so you can decide it for yourself. I have 4 flashlights here: Ulanzi, SmallRig, LightOn PRO from LightOn.com, and regular industrial flashlight just for comparison to see if it's really worth to invest in a professional gear. There's a few things they all have in common, like turning it on, regulating the light intensity, and changing the light beam from white to spot by pulling the front part forward. Another thing all flashlights unites by is overheating. After some time, it might be painful to hold. And I really mean it. You have to keep that in mind and be careful, because I had some troubles on the shoot with that. Now let's take a closer look to each of them separately. Ulanzi flashlight is the most affordable and the smallest option. It has 3 light modes: warm orange light, neutral light, and cold light. It's charging via USB-C, which is handy. It holds charge for approximately 2 photo shoots, not continuously of course, but it's very easy for this flashlight. What I like about this light is that even if it dies during the shoot, I can charge it from power bank and it will come back to life and I will be able to continue my shooting with this thing. The light itself isn't very strong, so I have to be close to the model to lead them up properly. But for the size and price, it's a very great thing. It also comes with a plastic diffuser that, in my opinion, dulls the light even more. However, if I can use it creatively, like pulling it under the clothes or hiding it inside the palm, it can create this magical effect of an inner light source. That's something that I do like about this guy. Nice. I will give this thing 7 out of 10 because of the light shape. If you use it to, say, lead to half of the model face, you'll get some pretty ugly contrast corners that looks like chromatic aberration, and you will be sick after cleaning it all up. I was. It's very annoying feature that's spoiling the experience of using this light a bit. That's the reason why I'm using only one light mode from this batch, the warm orange one. It doesn't have this obvious edge, and I love the warm color. Unfortunately, using this orange light is the only way to avoid the ugly contour. When switching between the light temperatures, you can see the diodes shifting, which is kind of funny. Also, you can see that the light isn't a perfect circle. You can still clearly see the diode shape that you have to keep in mind. It's not an ideal light, but it's pretty cool for a $35 price. Okay, next one, SmallRig flashlight. This one is bulky, heavy, and comes with a whole bunch of accessories like rubber gobble masks. The first thing I noticed about this light after unpacking that the lens is flat and it doesn't have a diffusion layer like at all. That means the light will not be spotty even if it will try. Overall, the light will be weaker and the ugly contour will be even more even. But let's give it a chance. I believe in this little thing. Next thing about this light that it turns on in the most weird way. There's a button in the middle, so I logically thought that pressing and holding it would work. But no, you actually have to turn the wheel a few times before flashlight will turn on, and it's very random sometimes. Very uncomfortable and unintuitive. But pressing the button changes the light color, and turning the wheel adjusts the intensity. By the way, this flashlight has 4 color modes: neutral, daylight, golden hour, red and blue. So the variety of modes and gobo masks, there's a reason why I actually get this flashlight. And I paid around $80 for it. So interesting note, I was looking for this item on Amazon where I bought it, and now I can't find it anymore, and I don't know why. Anyways, it's charging via USB-C, which is great, convenient, and holds power well. And that's all the good things I can say about it, because the light itself isn't that powerful. It doesn't have the spotlight. The light is basically changing from a big dual circle to a smaller dual circle. And in this one, you can clearly see the edges of the light, which I don't like for the reason I mentioned before. It's upsetting me because it's a very easy fix. You could just add a diffusion layer to hide the diodes and smooth out the edges and make the lens more convex, so there's a clearer difference between the big light circle and a spotlight. That's it. It would be perfect instrument. I'm rating the thing 5 out of 10, mainly because of light variety and gobos that I can use with my other flashlights. Okay, let's get to the good part. This is LightOn PRO flashlight. These are my favorites, and let me show you why. First of all, this company is specializing in flashlights for photos and videos. It's their main thing. So second, they offer a whole bunch of cool accessories like filters, tinted glass, tripods, clamps to enhance the experience. You basically can build a mini spotlight that would look and behave very cool and very believable. And the light itself is finally powerful. The switch between the light circle and a spotlight is really significant, and the light itself is very soft and concentrated. I use this light almost for every shoot I do, whether it's commercial or artistic. What I didn't know is that this flashlight uses two 18650 batteries, and they need to be flat-topped, because according to the manufacturers, having a little nipple on the battery can damage the delicate mechanism inside the flashlight. Speaking of that, screwing on the top part may be annoyingly difficult because the batteries keeps jumping off, but overall it's just a minor issue. Another thing, after a while this light gets so hot that it's painful to hold. My assistant and I had real troubles with that. So if you want to get it, just keep it in mind. It's a very common issue for any professional light, but still be careful, because in this case you are holding the hot metal, which is maybe really dangerous for you. Also, this light has just one powerful diode, which means you can control the color temperature of this light, and that's why I have 4 flashlights, each with different temperature. Right now I have 2 and another 2 in use. One of the best features is that you can control the light intensity very precisely with the dial. It's great for photos and videos, especially if you want to create a cool sparkling effect. I have 2 2700 Kelvin flashlights, which are my favorites. They have warm, cozy tint that I love, and you can see me using them in various of my photo shoots. I also have 4000 Kelvins neutral light and 6500 Kelvins cold light. With all the filters and tinted glass I bought it with, I'm quite happy, because even though the temperature is fixed on these lights, I still can adjust it artificially. I personally would love to have this color control built in the flashlight, but technically I'm not sure it's possible right now. I'd love it to be even more warm, because I am a huge fan of orange sunset-like coloring. Actually, I think I do love Ulanzi's light better right now. It's very deep in my heart. Yeah, I think I will give it 8 out of 10 for it. The light itself is strong, powerful, and it doesn't have this ugly circle, thankfully. But it does come with a higher price tag. It's about $108 for just flashlight and around $300 for the full set of tools. So it's kind of investment to think about. I will rate it 9 out of 10 because I love it very much and use it all the time. And that's how we crawl into the dessert. This is a diamond. This is regular industrial flashlight. And I didn't expect much from this one. This is just for fun. But I was using this on a shoot in the fog, and because of the fog worked as a natural diffuser, the light looked good, like really good. However, on a regular basis, light is very harsh. And when you use a spotlight, you can actually count the number of diodes this flashlight has. The contour that I'm whining about is not just visible, it's suddenly square because of the light shape. When I was starting out as a photographer, I didn't care. I used anything that produces light. It's now I became this picky person. I look at the flashlight and think, oh no, this one is a square shape, ew. So here I am holding my first photography flashlight. I won't even tell you where I got it from because it's just something that always was around the house. As a starting point, it's okay. Of course, I can change the light temperature and you can control the light intensity, but it's something. Oh, wait a second. I think I just have an idea. I will screw this thing off. All right. It has a pretty much cool plasticky lens. This kind of lenses that all flashlights should have, because in this case, it will be concentrated on the top and will be more settled on the sides. Let's do an experiment. Bag and being in focus, and this is my LightOn. I'm unscrewing the top part as well and get the lens. Ooh, those actually look similar. This is industrial flashlight lens and this is LightOn lens. But they are actually very similar. So what I'm doing, I found out that, whoa, shit. I found out that LightOn flashlight has the diffusing filter. This thing is golden because I can put it, I think, on the industrial flashlight to cover the diode. Just one thing here. Then got this lens back like this. And screw the top part back. All right. Turning it on. Ooh. What can I say? The thing is working. The thing is actually working. This is a diffusing layer. Adding this little tiny detail for every flashlight you're making will just get rid of this ugly chromatic aberration-y circle that your light is creating. This thing. Okay, let's put it back. It's actually worked. You can see how softer the light is instantly. It can be a thing. Okay, now let's compare this one with LightOn Pro. 6500 kelvins, because both lights are cold. Well, I don't know if you can see that, but LightOn has more natural color, while the industrial flashlight has slightly magenta tint. You can compensate it with your white balance in your camera, but it will shift the other colors as well. But it's definitely an option though. With some filters, it's winning the SmallRig and Ulanzi. Oh, hold on. LightOn is also slightly more powerful, so I still prefer this one. Anyway, part of me is just very happy that the experiment was successful. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was useful for you. I left all the links for the items down below if you want to check them out and get a flashlight for your craft. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to see more content about photography. You can also subscribe on my Instagram, where I'm posting more about my art stuff and some cool behind the scenes. And if you want to see more of tech videos, please let me know in the comments, and also write which one of the flashlights would you prefer and why. If you already have one of those, or if you're using different brands, please feel free to share your experience so more people can see and make decisions. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!